Hello everyone, welcome to Anita's World, a safe space for everyone. I decided to take myself on a little solo park / picnic kind of date. Since I combed out my locks, I'm still trying to get used to managing my natural curly hair. And what's been working for me is I'll wash my hair, I'll deep condition, I'll do all of that, and then I will detangle and braid my hair. So by doing these braids, I'm able to retain the moisture a lot better. And then when I take them out, it looks amazing. Look at the definition, the shine, like I don't know. So this is what my hair looks like after taking down those braids, and I am not even gonna lay my edges. Like, I just love when my hair looks wild. So before we go on our little park picnic date, I want to nourish my plant babies, and we also need to pack a picnic bag. So let's get to it. My regular, I'm talking things for better now. Things for better now. Alright, so I am bringing this book called Letting Go by David R. Hawkins, Dr. David R. Hawkins. And this book has changed my life. 10 out of 10 recommend. You'll probably hear me make tons of references from this book. And then I also have my journal, and it says, "It's going to be okay." I also have this Awakening, Healing, and Coloring. It came with color pencils, and this is a coloring book by Marcos Alvarado. And he is an artist. You can literally follow him on Instagram. He basically made his art into a coloring book. So there's the info on that. This one I did, I really like. I think that looks really cool. So in case I want to color, if I want to write or read, I got options. And then I also like to bring a tapestry. I like to bring a tapestry, that way I can lay it out in the grass. So I got this bag, and it has a drawstring, so it is very stretchy. And then of course I'll bring like my personal items. I may bring my AirPods. I thought about bringing snacks, but I plan on going to the farmer's market after the park. So I'll have some fruits that I can come home and wash and enjoy. So I decided that I think I'm gonna bring some of my crystals as well. I think I'm gonna do this one, which is the yellow serpentine, and then this one, which is fluorite, and the master healer. Oh, okay. I think I'm just gonna do these 3 today. This is today's outfit. Honestly, when it comes to style, I have mixed emotions, because I'm like, I don't want to care what people think. I just want to wear what's comfortable. I don't care about style and all that kind of stuff. So I just like to dress for the climate, and today is a nice warm breezy day, and these pants are comfortable. I got them from Guatemala. I got my Naruto crop top that I've had since I was in high school. I am wearing my evil eye necklace. I'm a hoop girl, so gotta rock the hoops. And then I have this bag, and we are ready for our adventure. It is such a beautiful day today. I'm in the shade, so that's why the lighting is all weird, but it's such a beautiful day that I'm so glad I decided that I'm gonna go to the park today. And I'm gonna try out a new park. The thing about me is, once I find like a park or a beach that I really like, I would just go to those same ones all the time, but I want to try somewhere new. And the one that I'm going to, I feel like I may have been before, but I can't tell. So we're just gonna go and see what things are looking like and scope it out. I'm talking things for better now. Things for better now. at the park right now, and it's funny because I was trying to find a new park to go to, and when I got here I realized that this is a park that I have been to once, probably over a year ago, and I was actually training to go into the military, and this is one of the parks that I went to do like PT, to train for boot camp. So it's just a full circle moment because I did not end up going in the military. I will not be going in the military, but I'm just like so grateful to be here and to also be in a place where I'm able to like witness my growth and witness that you can change your mind. You can at one time be fixated on something and have in your head that this is what I want to do, this is who I'm going to be, and then time passes and you realize that doesn't necessarily align with your truth. That's okay. So that's something that I'm learning, is like, you can change your mind. That is allowed. And honestly, I don't think there's anybody that has gone through life and just had one thing in mind and stuck to that all the time. We're ever evolving, ever changing. So I'm glad that I've changed my mind about things. I am literally, like, my inner child is experiencing so much joy right now being at the park, and I'm coloring. And this page that I'm coloring has these butterflies all over it. And while I was coloring it, like, a butterfly flied through, or passed through. And when I was in Guatemala, butterflies were just like following me everywhere that I went. And I know there's a lot of spiritual symbolism behind that. So I'm just like, I'm excited for the future, but I'm also like very, very grateful for the present. And even through times of turmoil, I've been having a lot of, I don't want to say bad days, but just challenging days mentally. Like, my inner child is just happy to be like coloring and being at the park. Like, this feels so good. And it's so crazy because I feel like as we get older, we move further and further away from the things that are fun, and just like enjoyable experiences in nature. So it's just moments like this that remind me, like, yes, being an adult comes with more responsibilities, but you can still make space for childlike fun. So since this is Anita's world, this is a safe space for everyone, I want to have like a vulnerable conversation. This sun is like, the lighting's great, but it's like, my eyes are like, whew. But I want to have like a transparent conversation, something that I've been feeling like, I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can, and maybe someone out there may be able to relate to this. But I've been wanting to build my confidence and patience. And when it comes to the confidence piece, I am confident within myself in terms of how I view myself. So, you know, when I look in the mirror, or when I think about, there's a boat, we'll let the boat pass. So when I like look in the mirror or I think about who I am as a person, I love that. I love that I'm imperfect. I love that I have bags under my eyes and that my brows are crazy and I have wild frizzy curly hair and that I talk the way that I do and that I'm short and I have scars on my body and that I'm imperfect and I don't always have the right words. Like I love all of those things about me, but I am always afraid of how other people perceive me, and that's where the insecurity comes in. So it's like I see myself and I love myself and I feel worthy and deserving and full of love, but I'm always like, what do people think when they see me? You know what I mean? And I think part of that is I try not to identify so heavily with these social constructs that have been subjected onto us by the patriarchy and white supremacy, but I think a lot of what I feel comes down to me being a Black woman and knowing that there are people out there that see me and based on how I look, they have this ideology of me. It just sometimes it makes me uncomfortable navigating in the world, and even not even just like in that sense, but even like what I wear and how I like when I'm really being my true free spirited self, I'm like, people probably think I'm crazy. It just like those insecurities come in when I think about how other people perceive me, when it comes down to being perceived. But then I'm like, okay, if I am assuming that someone is perceiving me in a certain way, then that really is just me projecting back to myself. So then it's like, it just feels weird because it's like I'm saying that I feel confident in myself, but it's like if I really was, I wouldn't even think or make assumptions about how other people perceive me. And me perceiving how people are perceiving me is a reflection of me. So I don't know. I don't even know if that makes sense. But sometimes I feel like that's why I spend so much time alone and why I love being alone just because I love my solitude and I think that's important. But I think also part of it is like I'm afraid to be perceived. I'm afraid of people to think negative things about me. And that is what I'm trying to move past. And I think, I feel like a lot of older people, you know, they stop caring what people think about them. So I'm like, okay, I'm like looking forward to aging and I just turned 23. So I'm like, okay, as I get older and as I grow, I will probably care less. But I'm just like curious how people get to that point. Like, how do you get to the point of caring less what people think about you? I try to practice that in many ways, like me pulling out my camera right now while I'm in the park and there's not a lot of people here, but there may be people looking at me like, what is she doing? And I'm choosing not to care. So that feels good, but it's just in certain spaces. Like I work in a very corporate environment, so I often think about like, what do these people think of me? And I don't want to perform. Like I don't want to be performative. I don't want to act a certain way because I think that's how people want me to. Like I just want to be able to be myself and accept myself in that. And you know, obviously be compassionate and graceful and respectful and appropriate toward others, but also like not at the cost of diminishing my light, and diminishing who I am. So I don't know if that made sense, but if anyone else feels that way, like I would love to know. The weather is amazing right now.